Good morning to you. It is the last smooth day, Tuesday in January. Yeah, get that one out of the way. I'm Bill Bevins. You've tuned in at exactly the right time to get ready to start Virginia this morning. Amy Lacey made it.
I lived to tell. Is what I did.
Wow, you were down
Mr.
for the count for a while, weren't you?
I was down for the count. We can thank our good friend Flu A for getting me. By the way, swabbing for a COVID test doesn't mean that you're not sick, because even though I'd had the flu shot, it wasn't even on my radar that that's what it could have been. Yeah. And there it was.
You had the flu shot. You said you want your money back.
I want my money back this year. I didn't get my money's worth.
Well, the flu shot was free at the drugstore.
Well, but the insurance pays for it, Bill. There's no such thing as a free lunch or a free flu shot.
Well, we are glad you're feeling better.
Me too.
And you're such a trooper showing up, because I know you're not 100%, but you're 60% better than
I'm about 60%, but I missed all of you, so here I am today.
Yeah, not all the way. Okay.
We do enjoy having a chance to really explore topics here that no one else is really doing. They're of interest to you, our valued friends and viewers of the show. Yeah,
we're going to have some fun today. It's yesterday afternoon. It was so everything's relative, of course. If it had been 45 or 50 degrees in September, that had, bundled up. I was out. I got some bushes trimmed.
Nice.
Got all the work done. It looked so much better. Felt so satisfied with myself. I'm standing back. I'm I did that.
The Mary Gardener himself.
Got it done.
You are motivation for all of us to get out there and do it. Take advantage of these warmer days. Yeah. They're really lovely.
All the stuff that you've been walking by since fall and going I'll get to that. I got to it.
You got to it.
I got some more today, though.
Look at that. That's what we like to hear.
All right. Folks, we always share a few highlights of what you will enjoy. Now's the time we can do just that. Wouldn't it be great to make a $1 million creation?
Absolutely.
Well, Golden Girl is here. Shane Rogers is back in the Virginia This Morning kitchen. She's going to walk us through the steps on creating Neiman Marcus $1 Million cheese dip. They call it that because you buy an outfit from Neiman Marcus, you get it on the outfit. It's $1 million.
There you go.
So grab your favorite chips and crackers. We're going to dig in with Shane in about 15 minutes or so.
Because they symbolize love and appreciation, roses are a very popular gift for Valentine's Day. Strawberry Fields Flowers and Finds supply Virginia This Morning with lovely arrangements each week. Today, Mary Swagger Green from the store is here to show us some bouquets and gift ideas that are perfect for the annual Day of Love. I love that Day of Love.
Yeah. I went over and spoke to her and I said, they sent somebody named Green for the flower segment.
Got to do it. That's the way that it works.
All right. Richmond Ballet presents the Virginia premiere of Ben Stevenson's Cinderella. We'll talk with one of the principal dancers about what it's like to bring this magic to the stage. That conversation is coming up later in our live show. Would you believe earlier in my life I was in the ballet, actually?
Well, you told me all about that, and I loved hearing that story. Share it now.
She believed it.
Well, you know what? Because of your honest face, Mr. Bill Bevins, you always tell the truth. And here is another honest,
great dancer,
truth,
great dancer,
and great dancer kind of guy, Tom Patton.
Yeah.
I call this also the great thaw of 2025, Tom, because finally some palatable temperatures. Can
you believe it? I've seen snowmen, right? You got your typical snowman has usually about 3 parts people try to do, right?
Yeah.
The thorax and the head or the abdomen, whatever you want to call it, whatever the correct snowman anatomy is called.
Yeah.
I've seen snowmans now started at 3, about a week ago down to 2. Now I just see a
lump.
The lump and just a couple of little broken twigs. You know what I mean?
They're still hanging on, though.
Still hanging on.
Or falling down.
Yeah. So there's carrots on the ground and things like that. So it's happening. So yes, the great thaw. Amy, welcome back, first of all. We missed you. And it's great just to have temperatures above 30 and 40. It was weird, we hit 50s yesterday and 50s again today, and it's been fantastic. In fact, when we hit 40 last Friday, we were excited because we came off the coldest stretch of the season, and 40 felt great. Now 40, you're like, it'd be a little disappointing if we only hit 40, right? So we're a little bit fickle with the weather, but it's been great. Things have been thawing. I still see some areas of snow. Some of the areas that don't see the sun much, you'll still see a good coating of snow in some spots, but not many anymore. They're dwindling. All right, we have some cirrus clouds out there right now. It's 42 degrees, a little bit on the breezy side, but that's pretty nice. Wind gusts to 23. I was saying this earlier, gusts 20 to 25 today are possible. So a little bit of a wind chill, so it's gonna be a little chillier feeling heading out to your car. Temperatures though, the 40s, looking nice right now. A west-southwesterly flow of air and just some clouds kind of mainly around Richmond south and eastward, but they're mostly just thin clouds at this point. Still enough to give us a lot of sunshine and pretty quiet across the region today. So skies are mostly sunny or will become mostly sunny if you don't have it already. Breezy, mid-50s for us today, and tonight we could see maybe a little cloudiness at times, but beyond that, mostly clear. 37 for your overnight low temperature. All right, well, as far as any moisture goes, it's going to be too warm for snow on this next batch, so we do still expect some rain to move in, mainly probably around midday Friday or Friday afternoon, and it should be gone Friday night, and that'll leave us for a dry Saturday. So Saturday may be a little cooler. Outside of that dry, more clouds coming then for Sunday. And temperatures, really, we're not looking at any true Arctic intrusions over the next several days. Temperatures should be at or above average. The average is 48. We're looking at 66 tomorrow. It's going to be a rather windy day. The rain Friday, 50s this weekend. Next Monday, I'm seeing some signs that may be even warmer than 59. We may see the 60s again, but we'll see till we get a little closer. That's 7 days out, so we may be even a little bit warmer by then. Overnight lows will be in the 20s and 30s, so if you like the great thaw, it looks like it's going to continue for at least 7 more days, which is great. Virginia this morning will continue right after this.
Thank you for tuning in today to watch Virginia This Morning live on CBS 6. We hope that your day is off to a smooth start as we kick off our January 28th live show. I'm Amy Lacey, happy to be here with Mr. Bill Bevins. Good morning, Mr. B.
Good morning and welcome, and a miracle of modern science sitting right next to me. Amy has bounced back from the flu and took a pretty good punch there, didn't you?
It is a mean flu this year. Yeah. Yes, I'd never had the flu before. I will just say that.
Wow.
The flu shot had worked every other time, but not this year for me, and I live to tell. And folks, stay hydrated, wash your hands, do all of that kind of stuff, and you gotta keep it at bay because it is not a nice, about a 24-hour real bad fever, and but everything else has been up and up since there. So
well, we're glad you came back.
Me too.
And we are glad folks are tuning in today. You know, folks, we do have a variety of programming that we do, and you've got lots of choices. So we are thrilled that you chose to tune in and check us out.
That's why we really include a little bit of everything here, because you know what? We know folks have a choice, but they can come here and learn something. We have some infotainment each and every day.
There's info.
Yeah.
And entertainment.
That's right.
Yeah. And we laugh a lot and have a lot of fun,
we
too.
do.
So that's the whole point of the thing. And we really, yesterday we had just some amazing people to meet, and the same again today and pretty much every day. Now, just in case you're just tuning in, we got stuff for you.
Yeah, we're going to do a recap for you right now of some of today's highlights from our live show. It is always amazing to smell fresh flowers, in particular roses. With Valentine's Day coming up in just a few short weeks, now's the perfect chance to decide on what kind of flowers to get the love of your life. Mr. B, start thinking right now. Mary Swagger Green from Strawberry Fields Flowers and Finds is here to show us a few decorative options. That is coming up.
And looking forward to that. And it's going to be another shamefully delicious creation coming out of the Virginia This Morning kitchen, made with cheddar cheese, Duke's mayonnaise, pecans, and some love from Shane Rogers. She's going to put it all together in a popular dip called Neiman Marcus $1 Million Cheese Dip. That's still to come on our Tuesday live show.
Ooh, yeah. And the Richmond Ballet presents Cinderella live on stage next month. We will talk with one of the dancers from this enchanting production that is a little bit later this morning.
Can't wait for that. Are you looking for a new job, or perhaps you're looking to advance or change your career? If the answer is yes, you have a chance to attend the Crater Region Job Fair organized by the City of Petersburg Human Resources today.
Joining us live by Zoom this morning to share the details is our friend Ella Dickinson, project manager in the Department of Communications, Marketing, Tourism, and Government Relations for the City of Petersburg. Good morning, Ella. It's so great to have you here.
Good morning. It's great to be here. Thank you for having us.
Well, we got you in just in time because the job fair starts at 10, so you're squeezing us in at the last minute to get ready.
I know we have a flurry of activity here with lots of companies and organizations arriving here to hopefully meet some great future employees. So it's an exciting day for Petersburg and for job seekers.
And this is a great way, you know, it's new year, new career. What a wonderful way to get everyone under one roof, and you can really start that new job that you've been really wanting.
Well, it's really a sort of it's a nice way, casual way, informal way to meet some of our area employers. We've got everything from Civica to Live Casino to the City of Petersburg. Colonial Heights, Chesterfield County, a lot of healthcare providers here today. So there's a range of jobs that for people, and we welcome everyone just to come to the library from 10 to 2. We also you can apply on the spot. We're going to have an application lounge where there's laptops available for people to go ahead and apply for jobs, or at least put their information in to start the process of getting a great job.
So it's at the library, at the Central Library in Petersburg, correct?
It's at the Petersburg Public Library.
Okay.
At the event center. You know, we have this beautiful library. That's where I am right now. And so people can just plenty of parking and come anytime between 10 and 2 and meet some great employers. And we're very excited about it. Very excited.
Why would you encourage folks to come on out, even if maybe they're kind of happy where they are right now? Why should they come on out there and dip their toe in the water, so to speak?
Well, I mean, it never hurts to have a look about what's out there, right? You may be happy in your job, but you may want to advance your career. So this is a nice, easy way to have a conversation with some of our biggest employers without going through the formal application process. There's no harm in coming to talk to people.
What do
See
we need
what
to bring?
possibilities are out there. You never know, right?
Yeah. What would we need to bring if we're coming over, Ella? Obviously, if you have a printed resume, or would that obviously be helpful, or do you even need that?
I apologize. I can't hear what you're saying.
Okay. All right, I'll try again. Do we need to bring our resumes?
People should bring their resume, absolutely. But I think with the laptop and the lounge and stuff, they could probably upload it digitally as well. But yes, definitely bring a resume. You know, be dressed appropriately. It's always a good thing. So, and the other thing that's important is I do want to mention our veterans. We are a V3 certified employer here at the City of Petersburg. So we do offer opportunities for our veterans, which is incredibly important to us.
And you know, there is such a buzz in Petersburg right now and the region. It is the time to really invest in the job force there and become a part of it. What is going on in Petersburg now that attracts so many people in?
I mean, we have so much development going on, obviously, with the recent referendum regarding the casino. That's very exciting. We have the pharmaceutical companies here. I mean, there is so much going on. And there's a lot of small businesses, too, employing great people. So it's just a great place to live and work. And I've lived here for 30 years. So but it's just, and also in the City of Petersburg, I mean, we've got some great opportunities to work here and be part of this exciting time.
I had a chance last summer to go out to Fort Gregg Adams, and I hadn't been there for years, and man, has that place grown a lot too. And you mentioned the veterans. Obviously, there's a big military component near Petersburg as well. And so I know that you're going to be welcoming all those folks in. Like we said, you're kind of tight on time. We're going to have to let you go, Ella, and get over there and get the doors open at 10 on the nose.
Sorry, I can't
That's okay.
hear that.
Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Everyone come on out, 10 to 2.
Organized by the City of Petersburg Human Resources Department, the Crater Region Job Fair is happening today from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. at the Petersburg Public Library in the Event Center. That's located at 201 West Washington Street in Petersburg. To register for job services, visit vawc.virginia.gov. Mark your calendars. The 2025 U-Crops Monument Avenue 10K presented by Kroger is back this year. Race day is Saturday, April 12th. Whether you plan to run, walk, stroll, or, just go on out there and show your support, registration is open right now.
Just scan that QR code on the bottom left of your screen right now. Registration is $45. That price will increase this Saturday, February 1st. The YMCA 10K trading team kicks off on February 1st as well. All right, did you know more older Americans are working now than ever before?
In this segment, Evan Armour connects with a representative from AARP who reveals new data on the job market and has tips for job seekers over 50. Here's that conversation.
Looking for a job can be tough for anyone, but professionals in their 50s, 60s, even 70s may face some unique challenges. Joining us now with a look at the current job market, plus some tips for job seekers over 50, is Carly Roskowski with AARP. Good morning, Carly. Thank you so much for being with us here on Virginia this morning.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, first, let's talk about what that job landscape looks like and what advice you can offer for maybe some older Americans who are looking for a job this year.
Yeah, we're still in a really tight labor market with historically low unemployment rates. There are more job openings than there are people looking for work. And our recent survey, where we asked people 50 and older if they're looking to switch jobs in 2025, and 24% said yes, which is 10% increase from last year. And the data is also showing that there are more Americans looking to switch jobs now than at any point in the past decade. Making more money is the main reason, but we're also seeing they want more flexible work arrangements and they want work that's meaningful.
What are you hearing from this group? Are you hearing that they feel like their age is sort of in the way from finding a new job?
Many professionals in their 50s, 60s, and 70s feel that age discrimination can hurt their chances of getting a new job or advancing in their current careers. And our AARP research consistently shows that 64% of people 50 and older have either seen or experienced age discrimination in the workplace. But given the tight labor market and employers' need for talent, it does make great business sense for employers to hire older, experienced workers. And research shows that over 77% of all workers value the skills and experience that their older colleagues bring to the job.
I know that AARP is trying to help people in this situation. What are some of the things that you're doing?
We're educating consumers on their rights and what they can do if they feel they've been discriminated against based on age. And we're educating employers, educating them on the value of older workers, the skills and experience that older workers bring to their organization, as well as what they can do to be more age inclusive. We also advocate on both the state and federal levels against age discrimination in the workplace.
We know that the resume is such a huge part of this job seeking process. What are some tips that you might have for someone who's looking to update their resume this year?
Older workers' resume should reflect their skills and not their age. So we recommend that the resume not be longer than 2 pages and that you highlight the last 10 to 15 years of relevant and recent experience. And while you want to include all of your credentials, you don't have to include graduation dates. We recommend that you take off your street address, which is an outdated practice. And if you're hanging on to an old AOL or Hotmail email address, that you might want to consider upgrading to a more modern service like Gmail. Another best practice, which is good for all job seekers, is to bot-proof your resume. So some organizations are using these AI bots to scan resumes and sometimes eliminate candidates before they're even seen by a real person. And in order for your resume to bypass these bots or get past these digital gatekeepers, we recommend that you use industry-specific terms or keywords directly from the job listings that you're interested in.
Those are some great suggestions for everyone. We also know that such a huge part of seeking a job is networking. Some people are just naturally so good at it, and for others, it's something that's gives them a little bit of anxiety. What's your suggestion for why networking is such a big part of this?
It's critical to any job search, and especially for older workers who do have a longer career that includes probably a longer and larger network. And if you talk to friends, family members, neighbors, even coworkers, let them know that you're looking for new job opportunities. And if you aren't on LinkedIn, now's a great time to join. Make sure that you include a recent professional profile photo and make sure that you fill out the skills section. So LinkedIn members that have listed 5 or more skills are 27 times more likely to be seen by a recruiter.
So important just to put yourself out there. You have to do it, advocate for yourself. What about some other resources that AARP has for some older Americans who are looking for work right now?
We have a ton of free resources for either job seekers or people looking to switch jobs or switch careers. Everything from articles to downloadable job search toolkits to on-demand webinars, and you can find them all at aarp.org/work.
Carly, this is super duper helpful. Thank you so much for your time this morning and all those great suggestions and advice.
Thanks for having me.
And as always, we'll share all this information on our show website. Just head to virginiathismorning.com.
You ready?
I am ready. Are you ready?
Yeah. Here we go. Thanks for dipping back in from the break. Now it's time to create a $1 million dip recipe. And our recipe developer, Shane Rogers, is here to showcase Neiman Marcus $1 Million Cheese Dip. It's going to be shamefully delicious, and I can't wait. All the ingredients I love.
Right?
Yeah.
So I can't take credit for this, but it is a recipe with a history, which I love.
You've got a book. So, those of you younger folks, these are things that used to be around called books.
Right?
They have
Actual
words in
pages
them.
and the words.
Yeah,
Yes,
knowledge and stuff. Yeah.
So she was in charge of the Neiman Marcus Cookies Cafe at the flagship store in Dallas. And so when the ladies shop all day, they get peckish. They need a snack. And so this is one of those snacks. Now, I did take some liberties with the recipe because that's what I do.
Yeah.
She used American cheese, which I'm not a fan of, and I come
What,
from
you eat sharp cheese or?
sharp cheddar.
Okay, good.
And she used almonds, but we're here in the land of the pecans. Pecans. I can't let my roots show.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so I just kind of swapped those out, but I also did some other fun ones. I added, this is the regular one, I added some jalapenos to one, added some capers to another, and some cornichon, some cornichon, the French pickles, the teeny tiny little French pickles.
Those little teeny pickles have that big name?
They have a bigger name than they are, right?
Okay.
So,
well, I like all of that.
Right?
Yeah.
We're going to get started with, I'm making about a half recipe. The full recipe is on the website. It will be later today. I've got a half a cup of Duke's mayonnaise.
Yeah.
What else would you start with?
All right, I've got a question because I tried to make pimento cheese a couple of summers ago, and it was just lumpy because I didn't have a mixer, and I noticed you don't have that here.
I don't need a mixer. I grated the cheese, and so one time I did put pimento cheese in the food processor. It was too smooth. It was like
it's too
paste.
smooth.
So I like the texture. Like I don't like I don't like it to be completely smooth. I thought I was going to, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Anyway, so half a cup of Duke's, about half of a block of cheddar shredded, and kind of use
or more if you want.
Or more. I went a little overboard today.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've got that. We've got some pecans or pecans. Pecans that we've chopped up a little bit.
Yep.
And that's the thing, like, I think it would be good. I think the almonds would be delicious. I think some walnuts with the cheddar cheese would be great.
I don't like walnuts.
Oh, you don't like walnuts?
Not in cheese.
I do not discriminate when it comes to nut meats.
Pecans are good, though.
And then we've got about, I kept the same amount of bacon even though we're only making half. So we got 4 strips of bacon. We've got it chopped up a bit.
Bacon!
I know, right? So save a little bit for garnish. And then we'll pop that in there, kind of cook it crisp. I did this in the oven. I think it's like no fuss, no mess, totally awesome.
Yep.
Gets crispy without a lot of work. And then, you know, it's not a real dip unless, and I've got both because I'm going to use some for garnish, some sliced green onions. Totally awesome.
Absolutely.
And like I said, save a little bit for garnish. We'll put those over there for later.
Okay.
All right. We're almost done. And the next
What
one,
is
this is cayenne pepper. And this is optional.
Okay.
If you're not,
If you don't want to, you
spicy.
don't want the kick, you don't have to
Yeah, you don't
have it.
have to. I mean, I wouldn't make it without it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do like a giant pinch of it. So probably 1/4 teaspoon.
Okay.
Start there. You might like it hotter.
Giant pinch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you don't have a blender or a mixer here. You just kind of stirring it around.
Just a little elbow grease. And the other thing too that I would say is, and
If we
Helen
wanted
said-
to add some more Dukes, we
You
could.
totally add more Dukes, but what I would advise is save it until you're ready to serve it because it's going to soak it up and it's going to be good. And you want to make it ahead because it all comes together, kind of melds and gets in there. It's all delicious.
Yeah.
But
Now, if you're making this in the morning and folks are coming over after work, would you put it in the fridge to kind of?
I'd put it in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'd save a 1/2 cup of Dukes. I'd stir, and that's what I did this morning when I was setting up this little section with all the different varieties in it. I totally grabbed some more Dukes, stirred it in, because it kind of soaked in, looked a little dry, wasn't really awesome, and yeah. And so the other thing that she doesn't say in her recipe, but I took the liberty of it, is I feel like it should be served in a silver bowl. It's so fancy. It's from Neiman
It's called
Marcus.
$1 million.
It's
Could be
$1
in a gold
million.
bowl if you
Right. Well,
had
if
one.
I don't have a gold bowl. So anyway, so there's that.
Yeah.
And so
Not
that's
going to serve $1 million in a plastic.
no, you
Tupperware
totally
container,
can't put it
no.
in a tub, right? That's no good. So that's basically it. It's really yummy, but see, it even to me looks a little dry right now.
Yep.
But if I covered this and put it in the fridge for a couple hours, it'd be great. And I'd stir in a little more Dukes, and it would be delicious.
What kind of chips? Because you mentioned
I
that
did.
you got these on chips.
Super special chips. Our friend Kia Wingfield has some new snacks out.
And this is locally?
It's local. She's amazing. You should check her out. She's doing tastings all over the place. But these chips, grab one.
You said
These-
tastings.
Yeah, get in there.
I'm going to start with the original?
Yeah, let's pull this back here, make it a little easier
Yeah.
to get to.
Okay. Bring it
There
over.
you go. We'll put
Bring
that
it
right in the
closer.
center.
Yeah.
Yeah, dig in. And so these are super duper kettle chip cooked chips. They're kind of sturdy to hold up to the dip, and they have this amazing flavor. So they're crunchy, and the flavor kind of kicks you in the face. It's so good. And I'd made this dip, and I was going to use something else. And I had these chips, and I was like, oh man, I got to go get some more chips. These are so good. I mean, I ate the first bag.
Keep talking.
Not a problem. Although I was going to get some dip. I ate the first bag and I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get these for Tuesday for the segment because they're so good. And I love to support local stuff. Plus, she's awesome. Which one you want to try another one? I like the one in front with capers.
I'm going to go for the jalapenos next.
All right, yeah,
You're
get the-
talking salty.
It's salty. Yeah, pull it back. There you go. Get in there.
Have we got like 20 minutes left for me to just stand here and eat? No?
No, probably not.
He's saying no. All right. Shane Rogers, thank you for coming in. As always, we learned a lot today. It's absolutely fantastic. Stick around.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
This segment is sponsored by the Richmond Ballet.
It is considered a romantic fairy tale that transcends the test of time. The Richmond Ballet brings the Virginia premiere of Ben Stevenson's Cinderella to the stage next month. Here to tell us all about it is Isabella Tokev, company dancer with the Richmond Ballet. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
What better way than to celebrate love than with such a beautiful story that, you know, from our childhoods, this is sometimes one of the first stories that we hear about. That's truly that fairy tale.
It really really is. It's so special to be doing this, especially knowing that it'll be Valentine's Day. And I mean, it is a fairy tale, and you grow up knowing this story, and you hope to be Cinderella or be in a fairy tale, and getting that opportunity is just so special.
What role do you play?
I will actually be doing Cinderella.
Beautiful.
Yes, so
beautiful.
It's very exciting.
Is that type of a role really a dream come true when it comes to being a performer and taking that art to the stage?
Oh, absolutely. It is such a dream come true. I'm honored to be portraying such a wonderful character that so many children love and aspire to be maybe growing up, and so I'm just so beyond honored and excited.
How do you really step into a role like that? Any kind of preparation that you do to embody that type of character?
There's a lot that goes into ballet performances. We first have to learn the choreography, and we were actually very fortunate to have one of the previous dancers of Ben Stevenson, the choreographer. He now works as a stager, and he came, Dominic Walsh, to set the entire ballet. He taught us all of the dance steps, and he also gives us all the details that have to do with the acting and the characterization of everyone and how we're going to portray these characters on stage. So it's basically learning everything from the dance steps to how you're going to turn to how you're going to present a certain feeling on stage so that the audience understands.
So really quite a bit goes into putting on a production of this size.
Absolutely. There's so much. There's so many sets and props that we have to work with. There's music from the Richmond Symphony will actually be playing live for us, and the score from Prokofiev is just so beautiful, but it is challenging to also learn and really know by heart at that point. And of course the dance steps and the acting that goes into it. There's all those little parts all come together to create this magical performance.
What has the rehearsal process been like? I'm sure that whenever you are handed this new role and you think about it and you get preparing for it, the rehearsal process I'm sure is so important to get you ready for opening day.
Absolutely. We go over all of the details, all of the nuances. I'll get to dance with a partner for a long time. My partner's name is Jack Miller, and there's so much to learn and to get acquainted with the choreography so it looks so smooth on stage. So there's that element. And then of course, once again, the acting is so important. There's so many scenes that it's basically just acting and very little dancing, because we're really trying to tell the story of Cinderella and the evil stepsisters and the stepmom, and the jester plays a role in the ballet, and all of the waltz couples. Everyone comes together to tell this story.
Do you expect some folks in the audience maybe new to the ballet, that because this is such an approachable story and it's so familiar for so many people, do you expect that maybe this might be a child's first time at the ballet?
I hope it is.
Yeah.
I hope that when people say that Richmond Ballet is doing Cinderella, they're like, well, I know about the story of Cinderella. I won't have any problems understanding what's happening, and they will go and see it. That would be my dream, and hopefully they will love it so much that they'll come back to many of our other performances.
Anything else that you're looking forward to sharing with this particular performance?
I just hope that everyone knows that Cinderella, it is that fairy tale. You know it by heart, and seeing it once again, whatever age you are, will be so touching. There are funny moments, there's dramatic moments, there's magic, and it's just a family affair, and everyone will enjoy it.
It really is the type of story that can bring people of all ages, all walks of life together, and you can just really have a great, enjoyable evening.
And of course, we can't forget that it is a love story on Valentine's Day, so that's extra special.
And that's the part that we love about it,
yes.
especially. Thank you so much, Isabella, for coming in today, stopping by Virginia this morning. If you would like to go, Richmond Ballet presents Cinderella live on stage February 14th through the 16th. It's at Dominion Energy Center, 600 East Grace Street in Richmond. For more information, call 804-344-0906. You can also visit them online at richmondballet.com. Find them on Instagram and Facebook, too. And stay with us. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning. Welcome back, everybody. It is time to enjoy some viewer submissions that ended up in our inbox.
We certainly enjoy all the fun moments that you are sharing with us. Amy, what is up first?
Okay, can't wait for this one. Our friend Mickey Spencer loves putting together charcuterie boards. Her nephew and niece had this custom board made just for her. Check it out. I love that so much. What a beautiful, beautiful gift.
Great job, Mickey. She's so talented.
I know.
Our friend Leanne Sawyer and her husband shared this photo. They recently saw the Eagles at the Sphere in Vegas. Not the football ones, not the American Eagles.
Not the bird.
The bird, the band.
The band.
Eagles. And they went to see the show. Good for them.
Oh, wow. That's a hard one to top right there. Are you having fun with your family, friends, and pets? We'd like to share in the adventure while staying connected to you.
Please send us a video, picture, or comment to our Virginia This Morning Facebook or Instagram page, or you can email us at virginiathismorning@wtvr.com.
Okay, so every Monday morning now, we share a new question of the week on our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Yep.
This week, we want to know, if you were a dog, what breed would you be and why?
I had a chance to ask some people out and about in Carytown. Here's what one of them had to say. If you could be any kind of dog breed, what breed would you be, Charles?
I would be a Boston Terrier.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, a terrier. So you're all over the place.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. And have you had Boston Terriers?
We have one Boston Terrier right now. Yeah.
Oh, you have one now?
We do, yeah.
And you still want to be a Boston Terrier?
You know, from time to time, yes.
All right. Now we want to hear from you. Share your answer on our Facebook or Instagram page.
What kind of dog would you want to be?
The great Paige Wilson, a singer from Richmond, Virginia, used to say, I'm a purebred American mongrel.
There you go. I think a mongrel is the best kind.
Yeah.
Right? Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This segment is sponsored by Strawberry Fields Flowers and Vines.
Welcome back. Aside from jewelry, flowers are really a top Valentine's Day gift. Girl's best friend, maybe.
Yeah.
Our friends from Strawberry Fields Flowers and Vines drop off beautiful weekly floral arrangements here at Virginia This Morning. They're always absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely. Today, Mary Swaggart Green is here with some ideas just in time as we enter the season for love. Thanks for coming in, Mary. I'm looking at these little teeny faces and these great big flowers. I'm like, no, what is somebody, how are we going to get those in there?
You'd be shocked. These are actually the ones we keep standard as our grab and goes in our cooler every day. So you'll see these packed full of flowers. It looks like it'll just be a couple stems, but they really hold a big presence.
Do show us the way, because I'm also trying to envision this in this.
Yeah, we're going to need some instructions.
Absolutely. So typically we start everything by cleaning our flowers, pulling off anything that's kind of icky and not the prettiest. I did a lot of it just for time's sake for you.
Thank you. Beautiful.
So you've already done that?
I've done a little bit of it. There's going to be, if you see like a little bit of the greenery like this, we can take that off. If you're looking at any of your roses, you can take off any petals that look a little damaged. I know a lot of people always worry it makes the bloom a little bit smaller, but it'll actually help it open bigger. So as you kind of pull everything through, take off any kind of greenery that's down on the stem, and then pulling off any kind of
petals. The thorns off too, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right, so
and just clean them up as you go. Our big thing, we are very, very picky about the quality of our flowers and how we process them, making sure that every little piece that isn't pretty, any cute, or any kind of adding to the arrangement, we try to take it off.
It looks just so pretty. So pretty here today.
Okay.
And whenever you're ready and you feel pretty good, I know it's kind of quick.
Yeah, you were fast. All right.
Takes a little practice.
Yeah, you've done this before.
So we start with the roses.
Yep, I typically start with the roses. You can start greenery as well. The roses in a bud vase help out a little bit just so they tell you kind of where to be.
Sure.
I love to start with a simple triangle shape with my roses.
A little too tall.
You can go as tall or as short as you want. It is kind of nice to go, I'd rather always start tall and then work my way down.
Of course, I started short. Duh.
Well, you can't add the stem, but you can always cut.
Exactly. And once you kind of have your little triangle in your vase, yeah, perfect. Yep.
Okay.
And then you can always, the nice part is, even once all of this is done, we can kind of go back and change that.
Yeah.
I try to get my greenery going, and sometimes I did leave some of the leaves on the
Yeah, you
basket
left
a
some of
little
those on
high.
mine too, yeah. Okay. Oh, actually, more stuff is going in there.
Yeah. And I always just kind of pop my greenery right between each rose so they don't touch.
Okay. Oh.
Oh. Don't you guys touch. Don't. Hey,
Yep.
I see you touching over there.
And then once you've got this little hole in the center, I just pop in one more piece right in the center. I thought this color scheme was just so perfect for the holiday too.
Oh, it is so,
It's
so
a little romantic, a little bit
Yeah.
simple, clean,
Now
pretty.
look at us. We're getting a serenade from Bill. Tis the season. The season of love. Here we go.
Perfect. Look at you go. Awesome. And then you can kind of take your tulips and cut them wherever you like, a good height. These will actually keep growing.
Okay.
So if you can cut your tulips a little bit shorter, and they will grow within a matter of days. They'll be
Wow.
taller than your arrangement.
Now, how do they keep
I don't know.
growing
This
like
guy doesn't
that?
look too good. He's not feeling too good.
You'd be shocked. They all end up stretching towards the light.
Okay.
So if you were to put this in a dark room for like a day, all of your tulips will stand straight up.
Okay.
It's really fascinating. They're constantly looking for the light.
I never knew that they were such a hardy flower like that.
There can be.
There's a bunch of lights up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look into the light. Here we go.
Yep, and then if you find yourself in a pickle where you can't quite get the stem in, if you just give it a little twist as you're trying to push it in, it typically slips right on in.
Yeah.
Well, that worked.
Yeah.
She knows what she's talking about.
I try.
Here we go. Oh, there's just such, what a beautiful color contrast, like you said.
Mine didn't do so.
Well, you know, it doesn't matter because you know what? You give that to your lady and
guess
she's going to love it so much.
I guess my gig at Strawberry Fields is not happening.
I have a feeling that they would hire you, Bill, just because you're such a fun person to
Yeah,
hang around.
that'll work.
I can vouch for him.
We're big on teaching, so.
Okay.
We'll
there's a
bring
lot
you
of
on
that
and
to
we'll
be
teach
done.
you.
That's
Don't
for sure.
worry.
Look at this, though. Is this and that's in a bigger vase?
That is a slightly bigger vase. Yes.
Okay, fine.
So that is part of our gift set. It is a mock-up at the moment. We have another one that's coming that's going to be a little bit more full. It always has a flower arrangement as well as a handful of really fun curated holiday things. We have other gift sets for any other occasion that you may want one. We try to also include anything like the card that is locally and handmade. So we try to incorporate as much at the shop as we can that's going to be local.
Mary, you're obviously a very talented person. How did you get into this work? How did that happen?
So it's kind of a long, windy story.
You were studying law at Yale and decided, nope, I want to do some flowers. How did that happen?
I actually was coaching competitive gymnastics, but then started doing wedding coordinating on the side. And then while I was wedding coordinating, I kept seeing the florists and was like, I like that. Yeah. That looks fun.
Isn't it funny how life kind of pulls you in the direction that you needed to be going in the first place?
It really does.
Really good at it. So
thank you.
I'm glad you're not doing flips anymore and flipping flowers instead.
Absolutely.
The succulent too, because that's a great gift too for Valentine's Day for a teacher or someone like that you just want to add some love to their lives, right?
Exactly. We've got a handful of plant options as well. Some that are going to be a little bit bigger, leafier, greenier, with really gorgeous pots. And then we also have a handful of blooming plants that we're going to be having for the holidays specifically. We try to keep them for Valentine's Day, Christmas, and Mother's Day.
And if you want to have a Julius Caesar look, you can always put something together, and there
you go. Perfect. Perfect.
Boom. Okay. Thank y'all for coming in today. Really, that was fun, and it looks great.
This is so much fun. Strawberry Fields flowersandfinds.com is located at 423 Strawberry Street right here in Richmond. Not sure about the .com part, but we'll make that part work. For more information, give them a call at 804-213-0232. Visit them online at strawberryfieldsflowersandfinds.com. You can find them on social media too at StrawberryFieldsRVA.
Stay tuned. More blooming fun coming up in just about 3 minutes. Thank you.
We are wrapping things up today with Mary Swagger Green from Strawberry Fields Flowers and Finds. If you're looking for the perfect floral arrangement, go visit them. I mean, look how beautiful this all is today.
Well, yours and Mary.
Yours looks great too, and look at this. Classing up the joint right here.
Yeah.
Wearing a boutonniere.
I'll wear this all day. Big thank you to all our guests today and to you for watching our live show each and every weekday.
You know what? We have a lot of fun here today, and thank you for making our day so special and smelling so beautiful too. It smells like the season of love that we have upon us.
Season of love.
We hope to see you tomorrow starting at 8:56 a.m. Remember to be kind to yourself and to each other, and have a wonderful day.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Keep the flu away. Let me be the one that learned that lesson the hard way. My goodness.
Have a great day. These are absolutely
so
beautiful.
Pretty. I love these colors.
Is this, what is that, Mary? Is that a rose that just hadn't made it yet?
So it's actually called Lysianthus.
Oh yeah, Liviandus. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's they look like teeny tiny roses.
Yeah.
But yeah, they come in with a ton of heads on one stem. They're really, really pretty, especially if you can get your hands on the local ones. We get those in the spring.
Very nice. Anything in season right now?
We've got a handful of things. We are slowly getting more tulips in that are more local. Daffodils should be coming in shortly as well that are local. But we'll really start seeing more come May. You'll start seeing peonies, and the summertime you'll have a lot of celosia and sunflowers.
Camellias are
dahlias.
starting to pop right now out in the yard.
Yay, spring. It's almost upon us.
Yep.
We've made it through winter. Well, we're making it